Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner, the nice guys on business. Here's what's coming up next.
I said to Strick, let's not discuss what the bonus stuff is until we get on the air so that we can figure it out together.
Right. Doug's like, hey, can we talk about the bonus stuff? And my answer is, sure, Doug. Let's talk about the stuff we're going to make up right now as we're going along. Sure.
The nice guys apologize for any inconvenience that this podcast has caused anyone. By the way, is there anyone listening who knows how to fly a plane? Need an education on how to grow your business? The nice guys are here to help. Learn about great customer service, networking, and how just being nice can help you prosper. Now, here are your hosts, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
Hey, nice guy community. Welcome back. My name is Strickland Bonner. On the other side of the microphone, Mr. Doug Sandler, and we are coming to you. Doug, you just had to throw that in, didn't you? Yes, this is our new toy. We are now recording with Zencastr. We were using Skype before, but now we are trying to do Zencastr, and it's actually going pretty good so far. It's kind of cool.
So far, it has not crashed, and that's really good. I can't figure out what some of these buttons are, but I don't want to push them because I'm afraid it's going to just completely obliterate everything that we've already done.
Okay, that's audio stuff, Doug. Don't push the buttons, all right? Let me go with the buttons.
Why did you give me control over this stuff then? I should be the one just sitting back and just enjoying, and you should be the one running the entire audio thing here. I don't even know what to call this. What is like that top? Can you see it on your side? There's a whole bunch of like buttons and stuff.
No, that's the thing. I can't see it on my side. So you've got the control panel, and that's one of them. Is you've got a button that says, "Hey, let me play this sound effect, and let me play this, and let me play that," and that's dangerous for you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, before we get into the meat of our episode, let me just spend a moment. Today is Tuesday, correct?
Tuesday, yes.
Yeah. Let me just spend a moment talking about what we're trying to accomplish on Overcast. So right now, is that okay?
Absolutely.
You cool with that? Okay. So right now on Overcast.
Come on.
Like I always want permission from you to make sure I'm doing the right thing. Overcast right now, we are number 2 right behind, God, what the hell's that guy's name?
Tim, 4-hour work week, cook week.
Yeah. That guy.
Something shit.
Whatever his name. Tony Robbins. That's no. Yeah, it's Tim Ferriss. So we're number 2 behind Tim Ferriss. And while we don't, we're okay with it being number 2. No, I'm not really okay with being number 2.
I'm getting tired of the view. I don't want to look up Tim Ferriss's ass anymore.
That's true. We have been looking at his ass for quite some time. We would like to pass Tim Ferriss, not because we want to be bullies, but because we've earned it. Okay, we've been here for 2 years. Let's go. Everybody help us. Here's how you can help us. Right on the cover art. Just click on it. All you got to do is click on it. Right behind there's a little recommend button. Hit the recommend button. When you do that, a gold star comes up. It shows us that you have recommended the episode. That helps us in a couple ways. Number one, it shows the love, and it is so nice to be shown love. But second thing that it does, it helps us to climb the ladder so that we can get a little bit ahead of Tim Ferriss. That is what we're looking to do. So everybody, just take a moment and do that. Thank you very much. 93.7% of you listen on Overcast.
Individual episode. That's what's important. Not just once. It's for each individual episode.
Yeah, you can go back to as many episodes as you want to. So if you've listened to our show for the last year or the last, even the last 2 months, if you've listened for the last 2 months, how many episodes is that? It's 40 episodes.
Oh, yeah.
40 plus. Yeah, you could recommend us 40 times. Just 4 gold stars. Just help me. Help Doug stop his bedwetting, okay? I don't know why I continue to talk about the bedwetting.
All right, so we're on Zencastr now. We are trying this out. You know, Doug, we actually had a production meeting before we started recording. I mean, we're almost organized, like figuring out what we're doing. In fact, Doug pointed out to me that on Overcast and on iTunes, like when we see the description and I'm putting the date in, we don't really need to put the date in the subheader because it's already shown on the date. We're going to start with the name. And, you know, after only 320 some episodes, we're finally getting this shit, right?
That was literally, I think, our first production meeting.
Amazing.
I felt good about it. It felt like it was something that it needed, you know, because I was doing a whole bunch of work and you were doing a bunch of work. I'm thinking, why are the two of us accomplishing the same tasks at this, you know, for the same episodes? Let's just come together here. Mm-hmm. I'm going to stop with the silent treatment. I'm going to stop saying, God, I wish he would fix it. I forget. If I don't tell you, it's not going to get fixed.
That's true.
And if you don't tell me, I'm not going to fix it either. So. Yeah. So not that that matters very much from the end result, except for the fact that we want to make the show as customer friendly. We want to create a listener experience. And speaking of listeners' experiences, Strick, you know what we really should do? Can we talk about Patreon?
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit last week, and I did some research, and I think we should jump in and do this.
Okay, so share with me and share with the Nice Guy community. What is it that Patreon can do for us? Well, no, not what can it do for us. What is it actually going to do for our listeners, which I think is extremely important. There's some cool stuff here. What can we do?
So the way Patreon works, for those of you who don't know, it's basically you can give a monthly donation to an artist or to a musician or to a couple of podcast guys like us. Right. And from the link, which I think, you know what, March 1st, this is going to be our target date, because if we don't put a target date, we won't do it. March 1st, we're going to have our Patreon launch, okay? And the way it works is, if you are a listener, and of course you get the show for free, if you want to support us, we'd really appreciate it. And you can go to Patreon on this link that we'll have up on March 1st and basically make a donation every month to us. Now, that could be $1, that could be $3 or $5, or it could be $10,000 a month, whatever it is you can afford. I mean,
how much does it cost to go to the movies, Strickland?
Oh my gosh, it's like $13 just for the ticket now. I mean,
right.
Here's the other thing. How much does it cost for one person to go to the movies? Because for me and my family, it's $13 a ticket plus popcorn for 5 people, plus sodas for 5 people. It's like I'm $100 in to see one 90-minute movie.
Right, $100 to see a 90-minute movie for the entire family of 5. All you need to do, if you kick in $1, that's $12 for the entire year. Now, there's going to be a whole bunch of different levels that we're going to offer. So it's going to be anywhere from $1 probably up to unlimited. But there's going to be certain bonus amounts that we're going to put in too. Some of the bonus stuff that we're going to do, can we talk about some of the bonus stuff too? Because I know that I said to Strick, just Nice Guy community, just so you know this, I said to Strick, let's not discuss what the bonus stuff is until we get on the air so that we can figure it out together.
Right. Doug's like, hey, can we talk about the bonus stuff? And my answer is, sure, Doug, let's talk about the stuff we're going to make up right now as we're going along.
Yeah.
Sure.
So what I'm thinking some of the bonus stuff would be, like if they get to, I don't know, $3 a month or whatever it is, there's going to be a bonus video. And then you said something about, well, how about like a town hall meeting included as a part of the program too. So what do you mean? Like, what's that? How does that work?
So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking one of them, we can have like a super secret page, like for one level where it's like you get to see like behind the scenes pictures and little notes and stuff. But what I was thinking was,
yeah, that's cool, but that's not so cool.
Yeah, that's like the lower level, right? What if once a month we do a little, what we're going to call a town hall episode, right? Once a month on the same time every month, we will have anybody that is this level, whether it's going to be $5 a month or $10 a month, or whatever we decide it's going to be, right? You are allowed to jump into the town hall and we will talk about anything. If you have a business advice question, great. If you just want to shoot the shit, great. If you just want to hear the two of us shoot the shit, whatever. So anybody at that level, every month you can jump into the town hall meeting and we can talk and shoot the shit. But if you are at that level and you couldn't make it that month, we're going to record that as an episode. But it's basically a bonus episode that only people who have that level get to hear.
So let me share this. So I didn't do this purposely, but as I'm thinking about it, it was like, wow, this was pretty cool. Last night, so it's Tuesday night as of the air date of this episode. So it was a couple of nights ago as of the actual date of this episode. I started a group text. So in the group text, it was me and Sean and Sonny and Prash and Mar and Tim and Paul. Okay, so what is that? 7 of us. Mm-hmm. We had the best time. We were just talking about everything and nothing. The language was completely all over the place. We were dropping every innuendo that you could possibly drop. We were having such a great time. I literally was laughing out loud. The LOL was real. Okay. So those are the kind of things that I think that people really yearn for. That's the stuff that really brings the bond and the relationships together. And that's where your sense of community actually starts to really grow. And even though we weren't talking about anything other than just, BS stuff and having a great time, I got to tell you, to me, in my life, that's the kind of stuff that I love, because that really helps me get through my day sometimes.
I'm kind of excited about this idea. I mean, I think if we have a Nice Guy town hall, I mean, just the whole sense of community, and again, if anybody's got a business question, right? Maybe it's not something we can help with, and maybe it's something somebody else got. Well, we're just going to shoot the shit. I mean, that'd be so
we
much
could do
fun.
anything. We could do anything. That's the best part about it. So my understanding on the way Patreon works is you can contribute a small amount or you can contribute a large amount, and then there are certain bonus levels. You don't have to worry about all of that shit. You just go to Patreon, and we will, when we give you the link, we're going to put it in the show notes. On March 1st will be the day that we put it in there. You'll be able to click on that. It'll be self-explanatory. self-explanatory. Strick and I will put together a little video that will tell you when you get to Patreon exactly what you need to do. But we're going to make it really, really simple because because we are just two simple guys.
Yeah.
We're going to make it pretty easy for you.
You know, the other thing I like about Patreon is I was doing some research. There are goals that you can try to meet. Right? Like, it's like, okay, I want a goal of 100. The first goal I think we should set is let's do $100 a month total, right? This would be the total donations. Yep. And that's kind of what it costs us to do the podcast, right? I mean, between Libsyn and the hosting and the uploading and all the other crap, right? It's about $100 a month, right? So the first goal is, hey, just help us break even, right?
Right.
And then if we hit that, then, we could set the next goal and,
like t-shirt goals and stuff.
T-shirt goals would be cool. I don't want to speak out of line here. All right. But you know what I think the next goal should be?
I'm going to probably agree with you. So go ahead. You're not speaking out of line. Go ahead.
How about the next goal would be, let's get Anna paid.
Yeah,
right?
I would love that.
For those of you who don't know, Anna Nygren is our production assistant.
Right.
And she does all of the show notes 5 fucking days a week. She is absolutely amazing. She is wonderful. And she does it for free. Yeah. So I'm thinking, okay, if we get to $100, right, we could do like $250 a month. And then, if we could pay her $150 a month, I mean, it's not much.
I would love it.
Right? But I mean, it's something. I would love to be able to pay her.
I'm okay with giving away the majority of the money to everything else that we do. It's so true. It's so funny. Strick and I looked at this and we just said, there's other monetization possibilities for us with this show. Strick has got this, can we talk about we don't have to go into detail right here, but the podcast production company that you've put together and doing a great job of getting the website out. So I guess I just talked about it.
If the website is not up yet, it'll be within a day or two. So it's podcast production for you. And absolutely. Go.
Yeah. So we have all of these monetization possibilities on our own. We have all of these other businesses, as everybody knows, because I've probably spoken about this ad nauseum. I have a book called Nice Guys Finish First. I have my speaking platform. I have a coaching program. I have a training business. Strickland has got this new podcast production company. So if anybody out there has a podcast that they need help with the editing or making sure that it gets up to Libsyn or with the show art or the show notes or the cover art or anything, Strick is like a mastermind when it comes to all that stuff. So we have all of these things that we are using as monetization tools. We've focused and we've stressed out so much about this advertising, and I know we're going to get advertisers also at some point, but I don't want to have to focus on that because I really do think that takes away from some of the other shit that we're able to do on the show.
No, I agree. I really like the Patreon idea because you're right. And Doug, we're funny. We've talked on and off like for 2 years about, hey, are we going to monetize this and are we going to get advertisers and stuff? We have one paid advertiser right now, right? So we got a chunk of money for like 1 month of ads. Right. And then what did we do? We decided to buy T-shirts with it. As soon as we get money, we're just going to, and it's T-shirts that we're going to give away.
Yeah, we understand, it takes a while to build a business. And Strick and I always talk about the flywheel principle of it just takes a while to get things going. And, we really are just I had a conversation, and I know this is going in a whole different stratosphere here, but I had a conversation last week with Deb Gabor, and she was on our show just a few weeks ago. And if I don't know, can you look up on OneNote so we can give her a little plug here, because she really did an amazing job for me. Anyway, so Deb Gabor and I had a conversation, and she's all about how to unfuck your business. And what that means is basically how to put yourself in a position where you understand who you're marketing to, who you're selling to, what your brand's all about. And I think that's been the biggest problem with our show, is that we really don't 100% know who our, this is so cliche, but who is our avatar? Who is our avatar?
No, we don't know.
Fuck about our avatar. I want to know who's listening to the show. Right. Who are you that are listening to the show? So we really don't know who you guys are or what you want. So she sat down with me through Skype, and we literally spent an hour and a half, and she completely just blew my mind. She just coached me through a bunch of shit that I just did not realize that I was doing as a guy that's in this reinvention phase for the last 5 years. So anyway, I don't even remember why I brought that up, other than just to say that there are so many people that are potentially helpful for us and helpful for you as well, and we want to just bring that to you as our monetization tool for whatever that's worth to us. It doesn't even matter to me.
Yep. And Deb Gabor, by the way, was her interview is episode 291, which is called Branding is Sex. But we also had a conversation with her, like it's one of our Tuesday, Thursday shows that came out on the 24th of January. I don't have that episode number, unfortunately.
That was all about Deb's personal life.
Oh, we got to bring her back on. That was so much fun.
She was great. She sent me a text message this morning. She's actually in Colorado skiing. That woman has got an amazing lifestyle. She really does. She really, well, that's what happens when you're single and don't have anything that holds you back.
There you go.
Anyway, so Patreon.
Yeah, Patreon. I think we definitely need to jump in and do this. We will have something up on March 1st, and we'll give you more details as we're coming up with it because we're kind of making it up as we go along. But we're definitely going to have some different levels. You know what, Doug? Maybe if somebody wants to either text or reach out on Twitter to us and give us a suggestion on what we should offer for levels, like what would you guys like from us for a bonus? Like maybe one level will be, hey, you get a T-shirt, right? One level would be, we will have lunch with you if you or have drinks with you if you come to see us in Maryland. Another level could be, we'll fly out to you and have lunch with you.
Whoa, that's pretty good. Well, I listened to the show called We Have Concerns.
Yeah.
And they have many thousands of, or maybe not thousands, but hundreds of listeners that are part of their community that actually give them a little bit through Patreon. Mm-hmm. And some of their levels are things like live episodes that they do, live videos that they, video town hall meetings that they do. So there's some pretty cool stuff that can be done. And I think that if we provide that as bonus content, I love the idea of getting to a goal and then making something happen, because when you do that, it's like now you're held accountable to the goal. Right. And that makes it so much easier for me, other than just saying, well, I know we're going to be at 1 million downloads. I know eventually we are going to be at 1 million downloads, but how we control that, it's very challenging to control that. But we can control the steps, the building blocks that it takes in order to get there. We just can't control the outcome.
No, I'm so with you. And I really like the goals. Like the first goal is, hey, we just want to break even. All right. I mean, we've been spending, about $100 a month on this for the last 2 years. And it would be nice to break even on it.
No, I think that's a great plan. I'm into it. I'm totally into it, and that would be on March 1st, right?
Exactly. Now, I understand also on your interview segment, we are making a slight change. You have a new rapid fire question?
Yeah. Okay. So wait a minute. Let me go to that. And Nice Guy Community, you have not heard this question yet because I just started asking the question. So I'm going to ask Strick the question. Strick, you may have a very quick answer, but I'll tell you, when I asked the first person that I asked this question to, it really threw them for a loop. So I'm thinking this is a good question. It just is a matter of you need a little thought time to go into the process. So here comes the question. Are you ready, Strick?
I guess.
Okay. If you had to pick a song title that represented your life, what would it be?
I Got the Music in Me.
Kiki D?
Kiki D. Totally underrated song. I'm going to put a link to it on YouTube in the show notes. This song just rocks.
Really?
Right? And the lyrics are great, and it's really all about like empowerment, and it's about, it's got two cool little kind of fake endings. I mean, everything about this song I love. I love the lyrics. I love the way she sings it because she's just really intense and passionate about it. Musically, it's very dynamic. It's like really big and small, and it's got some stops in it. Oh yeah, that's it. That's totally it for me.
So I guess mine shouldn't be Come On, Eileen. No, I guess I don't even know what mine, Rolling in the Deep. I don't know. I don't know.
So you're asking this question, but you don't know how to answer it.
I don't know. I don't know what I would. The first thing that came to mind was "Don't Stop Believing," but I'm thinking that's so like cliche, and that's because that is one of those songs that it probably at every event that I've done over the last 20 some years, and then some, that song has been a part of that event. So I just hear it, all the time. I'm like, I don't know what song I would really want, but it is a song. It is something that really does take a moment to think about, and you have to kind of think about your entire life in mass and come up with an answer. Cool. I like it. Now, what is it going to replace? Which one are you dropping? I don't know that I'm going to drop it. I don't think. Okay. Well, the only question that I really am not real crazy about are the in the rapid fire Q&As. Or maybe like Be Humble, what experts do you need to call upon to make shit happen? I like that one, but I'm not sure that is really as essential, because that throws people. They're like asking me, is that a person or is that a type of person? So I could ask the question differently, or I could just drop the question altogether, or I could just add it into the mix. I don't know.
At some point, you've got a bar. There's a barometer for everything, right? And as much as I love the questions that you have been asking, I think with the new ones that you're adding, like if you were, if your life was a song with a song title, and also I love your, put these in order, customers, systems, all that, right? You're raising the bar, you know what? And so where I agree with you, I don't hate the question of when shit wasn't happening, what experts did you have to call on? But it's a tweener. I totally think that now that you've raised the bar so much, if you were going to cut one, that would be the one to cut.
Okay. All right. I'm happy to cut it out.
Not that it's a bad question.
No, but I hear you.
You have so many better ones now.
What I've really been trying to focus on, and when I do the interviews, and again, Nice Guy community, part of the feedback that you give us would really help us to try to really direct how the interviews go. But what I used to do is I used to write down every question. I used to write down the intro, all the questions, and then print it out and have it right in front of me. And then I was so focused on what the questions that I was going to ask are that I was forgetting to listen to their answers. And so I would throw in, just kind of like what we do with our weekly episodes or Tuesday, Thursday episodes, I used to give you 10, 12 topics, and we felt like we needed to get to all 10 or 12. Now, we rarely did, but because it was you and me. But when I had all of these questions in front of me, too many questions, it was like, okay, let me get beyond that question so that I can get to the next one. So it was almost like I was not paying attention to their answer and I was just going into the next question, and that's never good. So I started to ask only like 5 questions, and they weren't the same 5. They were based upon my research of I believe it or not, Nice Guy community. I actually do some research on each one of the guests that comes on the show. And then I started, instead of having 10, 12, 15 questions, I'd narrow it down to 3, 4, 5 questions. And I don't even look at my question. Well, like I ask the question that's on the sheet, and I put the sheet, or I actually have it on my computer. I just open up a new tab. I don't want to look at the questions ahead because I'm afraid that I'm going to like lose my train of thought. I really want to be present. And I'm noticing, maybe because I'm either doing more interviews now, or maybe because we've done so many interviews, that it has become more of a conversation. Like when I had Gary Vaynerchuk on the show, I don't think I was nervous. I think going into it, I was nervous, but I remember when John Lee Dumas came on the show the first time, he actually said on the air to me, he's like, just take a breath. I'm like, oh shit, I really must have sounded like I'm just moving a million miles an hour and was not focused on anything.
Yeah.
When Gary V came on the show, I'm just like, he's just a guy. He's just a guy. And I think that I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with the level of people that are coming on the show. I know that one of the things that I had to talk about today was who's coming on the show in the future. And I know that Jay Bear was a guest that a lot of people have a huge amount of respect for it as a customer service guru and a speaker and a consultant. Normal guy, just having a good conversation with Amy Jo Martin. Has over 1 million followers on Twitter. She's interviewed people like Tony Robbins and Mark Cuban and many famous celebs and big time business people. Normal person, just same issues that we're having. And so when I interview them, I find that I just have got to remember that these are just people. And just focus on having the conversation. Just focus on having the conversation. I mean, again, does it come across that way in the interviews at all, or is it still seem like there's a little bit of nervousness in your listening? Oh,
I think you've gotten much better at the interviews, and it's clear to me that you are not as on script as you used to be. But can I make a suggestion on how to get even better?
Yeah.
Julie Reisler has a book called Get a PhD in You. How do you like that segue right there, right?
That was good. I got to find the inner me, I guess, huh?
That's it, exactly. And really, Doug, think about it. This is exactly what you've done. When you were first early on, it wasn't just that you were nervous, right? It was also that you're so focused on what you're doing that you're not listening to what they're saying. To figure out that was a problem, you had to stop and look into yourself, right? Like you had to think, hey man, what am I doing wrong? And the answer was, I'm not listening. I'm only, thinking about what it is that I'm going to say. And Julie Reisler's book, Get a PhD in You, is a great way for you to find the blind spots that you have to yourself in your person, in your business. Find out the things that you are doing wrong that you don't even realize you're doing wrong.
I think life is kind of like a turtleneck sweater. Okay, it's really challenging. It's okay. So when you have a turtleneck sweater, I don't know. When you were a kid, did any of your kids, or did you ever have a tough time putting like a really tight neckline kind of garment over your head? My kids did not want to put anything that was tight on their head or their neck on. Any of your kids that way?
My kids don't wear turtlenecks, so I don't think so. But okay, I'm going with you on this. Where are you going?
A little challenging. You have to do it. You just have to do it. If you focus on the turtleneck, you'll never do it. If you focus on life, you will never get to the point. If you overanalyze everything and you think, man, this is going to be tight going over my head and this is going to be tight around my neck and I won't be able to breathe, and you look at all the negativity, all the bullshit lines that you feed each other, all the negative scripts that go off in your head, life is really challenging. But if you just say, it's just a fucking garment, that's it. It's just a turtleneck. All I got to do is I just have to do it. Sometimes it is all about just doing it and just doing even the uncomfortable stuff. And Julie's book really does a good job of bringing you home to a spot where you're just doing stuff. You're just doing it because it's the right thing to do, because there's going to be fearful parts in your life and life is going to be challenging, but you know what? You just do it. Just pull that turtleneck over your head.
Pumpkin fans, nice guy community. Let me just say this. The book is much better than Doug's analogy. Okay? Doug's analogy was quite a stretch. Pun intended.
Wait, what was the last one? What did you just say?
You missed it?
Yeah,
I said the book is much better than your analogy, because your analogy really is quite a stretch.
Yeah, I got that. What'd you say after that?
That was it. I said that was pun intended, because it was quite a stretch, like stretching your turtleneck. Yeah, so you're making a bad analogy. I'm going right down the road with you, yeah.
It's better than being a dickie. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. I got to get my bell is broken. Damn it. There we go. Now I got it.
You see, with your Zencast, you could get a recording of that and just push the button.
I know. I'm going to figure out how to do all that shit. I didn't want to do it in the middle of all of this because I was just afraid that, I don't know, that it wasn't going to.
Yeah.
I'm going to just wait a minute, let me put bell. I'm just going to make a note to myself. No,
to download a recording of a bell, a sample.
Hold on, what is this? Yeah, what's so great about Zencastr is that you can actually put it like a whole bunch of like a whole bunch of sound effects in there. So if you were to tell me that I got the music in me was what you wanted, I could have downloaded that quickly and I could have made it happen.
Hey, anyway. This is Doug and Strick's Morning Zoo. Welcome to Z100. All right.
Wait, what was the song? Got the music? Kiki
D. I've got the music in me.
Wait, this
such
is not.
A good song. Oh,
no, that's a whole different. No, that's not it. I don't know who that is.
The thong song? Is that what that was? Yeah, that's a good one. That'll describe my life, right? Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Crazy. Oh, my gosh. Strickland. Oh, did we get to anything on the show?
Yeah, we got to a couple. Why don't we quickly get to what is the future of our malls?
Well, I am very curious what is the future in our malls because I think what's going to happen is that our malls are going to go away. I think eventually they're going to go away.
Well, you know what's amazing to me? I mean, I totally agree. I mean, it's happening already. But the question to me more is the why, right? So let's go through the history of malls. So let's say 30 years ago, right? Yeah. 30 years ago, people said, hey, it'd be a great idea if we put a whole bunch of shops together and put them all inside so that when you want to shop at a bunch of different places, it's all in a mall and it's all covered and it's all good. And it was a great idea. And malls went nuts, right?
Right.
The last, 10 years, 15 years or so, there are all these places that are like town centers, right? But the town center is basically a whole bunch of shops put together, but all outside on a street. It's basically...
So wait, just so I understand what you're saying. So the new trend is away from the everything enclosed in a box, right. And now it's let's get it out on the street and have an open forum.
Right, and this is what I don't get, all right? Like from a practical standpoint, all right, these town center ideas, it's exactly like a mall, except it's outside, right? It's all individual shops instead of individual shops being under one roof. Like, psychologically, what is the difference other than when it's really cold outside in the town center, you have to go in and out to get to shops.
Yeah, I don't like that. I like the mall idea better than the town center idea. It's just what is it? Aesthetically, it's just a whole different feel.
Right? I totally agree. So why are the malls dying? Like White Flint Mall is the perfect example. White Flint Mall is in Rockville, Maryland, right? Which is a suburb near where we are.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, Rockville, Maryland. Exactly.
Yeah, right on Rockville Pike, right?
Yeah. Suburb of Washington, D.C., nice guy community, just so you know that. Okay, a very affluent part of this country, of this world, for that matter. Okay.
They had anchor stores like Macy's, like Lord & Taylor. I mean, high-end department stores. Bloomingdale's, right. And like there's a P.F. Chang's there, and and when I would go there at Christmas, right, it is mobbed. You cannot find a parking space, right? Mm-hmm. Well, it is. I mean, it's literally a ghost town now. Like they're getting ready to tear it down and build apartments. But I mean, within like a year or two, like shops started leaving, and like, why? I just don't understand why all of a sudden people would make the decision that they don't want to go there anymore.
Well, I think it isn't it. I mean, is this the elephant in the room? Don't you see the internet? I mean, what are you talking about?
Well, but I see town centers getting. I still think there are lots of brick and mortar stores out there. I don't see that the death of the mall like the death of the brick and mortar store. I see it as this movement to town centers.
No, I see maybe there is a trend to town centers over malls being built, but I see the death of the retailer. I see the death of the brick and mortar store. I mean, why a store? And believe me, I enjoy going into a place like Best Buy and shopping for, I'm not a TV buyer, but computer equipment and gadgetry and all the stuff that they have in there. But dude, that stuff is going away. I mean, it's that store. What is going on at your house, Strickland?
Oh, I don't know. Somebody's yelling upstairs. I'm just going to, you're not even going to hear that in the recording. I'll just cut it out. Now that we're using Zencaster, I can mute it. But yeah, my daughters are yelling at each other upstairs about
the death of retail, it is not far away. I mean, everything is going. My wife has packages every day that arrive at the door, and the happy guy that's delivering from Amazon, or the mailman or the mail person, the letter carrier that is delivering the stuff, I see that 100% as the trend. Now, I don't know what the next step is beyond that, but I see it as the world out there in general, the concrete jungle that we live in. I see it as a desolate location soon.
No, I totally agree with that. I absolutely, in the next 10 years, see the demise of the brick and mortar retail stores in a huge way. But I don't know that is the same. I guess it is interesting because I'm seeing a lot of these town centers popping up, and I just can't figure out why they would survive or start growing, whereas a mall would die. And you know what? You're right. I'm sure it definitely has something to do with the death of retail. But the other thing that's interesting about the online shopping experience is I wonder how it's helping the Postal Service, right? I mean, a lot of these places, of course, use UPS and FedEx when you need it quick, but they have, we have an Amazon warehouse in Baltimore, and so I can get same day delivery, or I can get next day delivery, and they'll do that on Saturday and Sunday. And sometimes when I get a package on a Sunday from Amazon, it is like a U.S. mail postal truck.
But they have, I think what they've done is they've thrown this amazing amount of business at a antiquated, horribly beaten down system. So I think what's going to happen is, and again, I have no, I mean, we had I don't remember what episode that we completely did this rant over the Postal Service. But, you know, the Amazon has thrown so much business, and the online retailers have thrown so much business in the direction of the U.S. Postal Service, counting on their system to come through. I think that system is in need of a desperate facelift. There's got to be something wrong, and something changed, and there's got to be something that happens when, in order for them to really fulfill the obligation of delivering the products that they're serving online as volume increases, something has to be done with the infrastructure of the delivery system. Holy shit, that sounded really professional.
Maybe Amazon needs to take over the Postal Service.
So there's got to be something that's going to happen with a disruptive service that comes in that's completely different than what we think that the delivery service that they have in place. But any idea? Do you have any clue what you would even present? Any idea?
I don't know. I mean, it's really for Amazon or some private company to take over the Postal Service. It would be a great plan, but I think I'm guessing that nobody's even offered or thought about it because it's probably not very profitable. But I wonder if you rolled it into something like Amazon, where they have such a need for these services, and obviously they're paying either UPS or they're paying the Postal Service or they're paying somebody else, that I would think that it would be a more efficient way to do it, to run it yourself.
I have my hand raised. Do you see through Zencaster? I have my hand raised.
Your hand raised. Yes, Mr. Sandler. Yes. Would you like to make a comment?
I do. I actually have an idea, and I'm sure that this has been thought of. But it's kind of a combination of. Let me put my hand down. It's a combination of many different things that are going on right now in the world. Number one, let's take unmanned. What's it called? Unmanned cars.
Spacecraft?
No.
Drones. I don't know.
Yeah, drones. So let's take Elon Musk's idea and Google's idea of having unmanned vehicles deliver packages for us. Holy shit. Okay, hold on a second. Let's work through this idea. Okay, Postal Service, disruptive idea. We need packages to come to the house. Mm-hmm. Amazon's got a ton of packages that they need delivered.
Right.
Why not combine the idea of an unmanned car, a driverless car, thank you, a driverless car, to be put in, the package is put into a driverless car and gets to a location. The package is delivered to the front step or wherever it is. You know, we have to come up with some, I don't know, you know, I'm going to leave this to the little people to come up with the small ideas. But just the only thing that we use driverless cars for to start with is delivering packages that Amazon and Google and everything else in their purchase online. Is this an idea that might have some legs?
Be interesting. It's difficult because you'd have to figure out how to get it from the car to the front step. Right?
Okay, so wait. That's the minor part.
Yeah,
that's the part that I think that there's going to be a connection. But I think, how about the fact that everything that is delivered has got to be barcoded and packaged, and that's already being done.
That's true. So let's say you got a truck, right? Like you got like a UPS style truck.
Okay.
And obviously you load it up with all packages from a certain area, just like UPS does with this man stuff right now, right? And you have a barcode sticking out, right?
By machines.
Right, by machine. So you have the barcode sticking out, you have a driverless car, and then maybe in the back of the driverless car, there's a drone. So instead of having to send a drone from Amazon, from the warehouse, which is a long way to go, right? You get a drone to grab the package. The back door opens. The drone just goes from the back door of the driverless truck to the front door of the person, drops it off. So again, now they're not driving. Now they don't have to fly a drone in and worry about airspace and other things.
No,
because it's only going to be
drones.
No drones.
No drones. I'm talking just about driverless vehicles.
No, but I'm trying to figure out how to get it from the street to the front door.
No, that's not that. I'm telling you, I think that's going to be a minor part of this equation.
Really?
I really do. I think that's going to be.
How many people do you think have like a long ass driveway and their house is not really near the street?
Yeah, but Strick, everything is done with satellites now. You can look down from a satellite and see that there is a long driveway, and you can even see the specifications to the driveway. That's with Google Earth and all that, you can actually get a street view. So initially, what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to map out all of the different neighborhoods. And kind of like Google Maps kind of create and Waze and all the other map programs kind of have evolved, is that when things change, somebody notifies them, because they have like vehicles that go out that continually take pictures and satellites and all that.
Yeah, that's what Google does.
Yeah, I'm seeing this as something. Okay, so how do we get this started? I need to get Elon Musk.
Jeff Bezos, I want to introduce you to Elon Musk. Can somebody get me those numbers, please? I'm going to connect these two guys. Can somebody get their numbers for me?
Strick, part of the problem is that we started talking about this about 29 minutes into the show.
Yeah, I know.
And you know that if we got people that had a schedule to adhere to, they've lost this last 10 minutes. I think we got some good shit in this last 10 minutes.
Yeah, I thought it would be a good quick topic, like why the malls are dying, but obviously not.
No, but this is good. I think there's an idea here that's worth exploring. I mean, neither one of us has the bandwidth to actually put it into play.
No, somebody else please run with this and just give us a little tiny credit at the end of the episode or something, whatever. We'll be fine with that. Yeah.
Hey, I think we gotta wrap up here, but I think this was a good brainstorming session.
Definitely.
Hey, can somebody get Elon Musk on the show? As a matter of fact, Strick, and we're going to talk about this next episode, but I did want to chat about the people that we have reached out to, and Elon Musk is actually one of them. There's no fucking way he's ever going to come on our show.
You never know.
But I did put a tweet out to him, and I know that he reads his Twitter account. So hopefully,
you got to aim high.
Aim high, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, should we get out of here?
Yeah, man, let's do it. Steve O'Brien, go ahead and take us out of here.
For the nice guys on business, I'm Steve O'Brien. And may the force be with them. They need all the help they can get.